Sir, good evening, sir. Hanmantachari, sir.
Hi, Mantachari.
I think.
Sir, good evening, sir. Bamareddy, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, bro.
Good evening.
Good
The
evening.
photo, the garlanding చేసాము అది upload చేస్తున్నాం.
Okay.
Okay, sir, we can start now.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Start చేస్తాం, sir. Bamareddy, sir.
Okay, please, sir.
Good evening to all of you. First of all, I extend a warm welcome for all of you for the Professor S. Raghavachari 9th Endowment lecture on the topic Future of Transport with Intelligent System for Safety and Efficiency. So, now I request Engineer B. Brahmareddy, Chairman, IA Telangana State Center, to preside over the function and conduct the program. Sir, please, sir.
Thank you, sir. And good evening to all the honorable participants on this virtual gathering. And today's respected chief guest and eminent speaker, Professor Prabir Kumar Sikdar Saab, former director, Central Road Research Institute, Dr. G. Venkat Subbaya, FIE, Honorary Secretary, IA Telangana State Center, and Dr. Professor Muhammad Mohiuddin, Joint Honorary Secretary and convener of this event, and Dr. S.N. Rao Garu, the Vice President, first Vice President of Institution of Engineers, then our Gulshan Anand Saab, Ramanujan Garu, I. Satyanarayana sir, Hanmantachari Garu, then our woman engineer Narmada Garu, and all other members, eminent members who are present on the screen, and the council members, other council members, the committee members of Telangana State Center, and corporate members of the IEI, distinguished guests, family members of Professor S. Raghavachari Garu, and students of Dr. S. Raghavachari Garu, representatives of media, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I feel it is a great privilege and honor to be amidst this august gathering and extend a warm and hearty welcome to the today's eminent speaker and the chief guest of the function, Professor P.K. Sikdarji, and all of you to this 9th endowment lecture of Professor S. Raghavachari on future transport with intelligent system for safety and efficiency. I am also very, very happy to be associated with this memorable event. I would like to say a few words about our Telangana State Center. I am proud to bring it to your knowledge that the Telangana State Center is the only and the first center out of 125 center which was awarded with the ISO certification of ISO 9001-2015, and it and the Telangana State Center was formed on 28th August 2016 and has more than 10,000 plus corporate members on its rolls and 19,000 plus non-corporate members in its fold. And Telangana State Center is one of the most active centers which engaged in successfully transforming or translating the objectives and vision and mission of the Institution of Engineers India into practice. The Telangana State Center has been playing very, very important role in dissemination of information on engineering and contemporary technology, bringing industry, academia, experts, and professionals together on the same platform by regularly conducting international conferences, workshops, roundtable conference, and conferences, and other panel discussions throughout the year, almost one program on every fourth day. And also, I'm proud to bring it to knowledge, Telangana State Center within its formation of last 6 years It has bagged 3 times the Best Trade Center Award, 2018-19, 2019-20, and 2021-22. And also we have performed very good
Okay.
for 22
Anand
and
kuda cheppu.
23. And hoping that this year also we'll be having the Best State Center Award. And I'm also proud to bring it to your knowledge that the Telangana Center is the one center within a few months of 2 months. It has conducted 3 conventions, all India conventions, one on 5G technology, one on advances in battery technology for electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles, and one on quality innovation awards to the eligible industries in association with the Safety and Quality Forum of New Delhi. I'm glad to inform that the Telangana State Center has been regularly organizing 20 endowment lectures every year on the birthday of, in the honor of the eminent engineers like Engineer V. Subbarao, Engineer M. Tirupati Reddy, Professor K. Gopichand, Dr. J. Purushottam, Engineer G. Prabhakar, Engineer Koka Krishna Mohan Rao, Engineer G. V. Subbarao, Engineer T. Hanumantrao, Engineer A. P. Ranganatha Swami, Dr. S. Raghavachari, that is today, Dr. Narla Tatarao, Engineer Matur Gopal Rao, Engineer Gurram Kotireddy, and Engineer Atluri Venkateshwar Rao, Engineer R.L. Raju, and Dr. John A. Murray, Dr. N.V. R.L.N. Rao, Engineers L. Venkata Krishna Iyer, K.V. Srinivas Rao, and M.L. Swami Endowment Lecture, Dr. A. Ramakrishna Endowment Lecture, and Engineer I. Baswaraju Endowment Lectures. Professor S. Raghavachari Endowment Lecture was approved by the erstwhile AP State Center Committee and conducting since the 2015 on his birthday, that is the 15th August every year. I would like to say a few words about and introduce late Professor S. Raghavachari and his achievements to today's the honorable participants. Professor Raghavachari was born in Chetlam Mapuram, a village, small village in Manukota Taluka of Warangal district on 15th August 1939 to Srimati Lakshmi Narsamma and Sri Appalacharilu. By noticing the brilliance of child, Professor Chari, his maternal uncle Sri Appalacharilu, who was a dedicated school teacher and translated Srimad Bhagavad Gita into Urdu, brought him to Hyderabad and took the responsibility of his education and made him brilliant civil engineer. Professor Raghavachari graduated from Osmania University, topping the university in the year 1959, and obtained his postgraduate degree in highway engineering by topping the Roorkee University, which was the first engineering college in India in the year 1966. Subsequently, while he was at Regional Engineering College, Warangal, obtained the Doctor of Philosophy degree from Roorkee University in the year 1976. And Professor Raghavachari was the first professional to gain a PhD in transport engineering from an Indian university. Professor Raghavachari had extraordinary brain which could understand any subject and master the same with in no time. I have his seniors telling that if you want to learn any new subject, take the book on the subject and give it to Professor Raghavachari and go to him after a week. He will educate you and make you master in that subject. So that is the capacity of Professor Raghavachari Garu. Professor Raghavachari served as a faculty member at Osmania University and REC Warangal, imparting education and training to the students in the field of civil engineering and mostly in transportation engineering and planning. Professor Chari was not simply a professor, but ardent practicing professional. In addition to his normal teaching load at the REC Warangal, undertook the challenging task of preparing comprehensive transportation plan, which included today's MRT corridors in the form of LRT corridors to serve the transport needs of Hyderabad up to 2000 AD. Even after superannuation, he served the profession by leading the team of expatriates in the preparation of comprehensive transport plan for Mumbai metropolitan region, recommending network of mass transit system to achieve integrated development of mainland and island city of Mumbai. Professor Chari was an involved researcher in the field of transport engineering and planning and contributed more than 100 research papers and guided fruitfully more than a dozen research scholars obtaining doctoral degrees. Professor Raghavachari was a member of many central and state committees. He was bestowed with the Bharat Ratna Matchagundam Visvesvaraya Award for his contribution in the field of civil and transport engineering in the year 1993 and the Best Teacher Award for his contribution in the education of the engineering graduates in the year 1995. Above all, the Professor Chari was a personified human being according to his students, and he is a Ajata Setru who is loved everyone and loved by everyone. The endowment lectures are being usually delivered by people of high eminence with considerable professional experience to throw light on important emerging topics of today's relevance. Today, the Telangana State Center has arranged Professor Dr. S. Raghavachari 9th Endowment Lecture on Future of Transport with Intelligent System for Safety and Efficiency by the eminent keynote speaker, Professor K. Sigdarji. I hope you will be definitely waiting to listen to Sigdar Sahab. On behalf of the Telangana State Center of IEI and on my own behalf, I once again extend a hearty welcome to the speaker, Professor P.K. Sigdarji, and all of you to this important one. And thank you, one and all. Now, may I request our today's convener of the event, Professor Moinuddin, to kindly introduce the today's eminent speaker to the elite audience of virtual screens, and over to Dr. Moinuddin.
Thank you, sir. Brahmareddy sir, Chairman sir. So it is very proud to me to introduce today's our eminent professor, Mr. Professor P.K. Sigdar. So Professor Dr. P.K. Sigdar is a president at ICT Private Limited, while he is advisor to India chapter of the Institutional Road Federation. He has been a professor of a civil engineering department and a dean at Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Bombay. Dr. Sigdar is a former director, CSIR, Central Road Research Institute, CRRI, New Delhi. Professor Sigdar has been involved in the teaching, research, and R&D management for road and road transport technologies, including highway planning and management for more than 4 decades. He taught in a Assam Engineering College, University of Roorkee. Now it is IIT Roorkee. University of Waterloo, Canada, and IIT Bombay. He was a visiting faculty at University of Wallace Institute of Science and Technology, Cardiff in UK. Mr. Professor Sigdar has worked in the area of traffic engineering and transportation planning in terms of a research and development, with a pioneering research using artificial neural network, fuzzy logic, geographical information system, and several others. His research provided latest and advanced technology for land use transport modeling, highway capacity analysis, public transport planning and management, traffic management, and road safety. The flagship programs PMGSY of the Government of India was designed in CRRI under his leadership in the year 2000. For implementation by packaging the technologies for the rural connectivity mission project for its effect countrywide delivery in all the states. Professor Sikdar has also worked for planning of many prestigious projects in the country like Delhi Metro Phase 1 and Phase 2. First metro carried a study for Mumbai. So, and Bandra Worli Sea Link in a Mumbai Trans Harbour Link, MHTHL, and many others. Professor Dr. Sikandar is a member of a large number of national and international bodies for a policy making and standardization in the road sector. He is a fellow of Institution of Engineers, India, fellow of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, CILT in UK, and fellow of Indian National Academy of Engineering, INAE. So it's a great pleasure to me to give an opportunity to introduce our eminent professor for today endowment lecture. Thank you so much, sir. You are giving up time to us and giving a excellent lecture to us. So thank you, Brahma Reddy sir. So over to Brahma Reddy sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. I request the today's eminent engineer, eminent speaker, Dr. Prabir Kumar Sikdar sir, to kindly you can go with your lecture, sir. Do you have any PPT, sir?
Yes, I have. I'll
Yeah, you
share
can-
that slide.
Yeah, please, sir.
I'll share the slide.
And Mr. Venkatatnam, you can mute all others other than speaker.
You are able to see the full screen?
Yes, sir. It is very clear. You can go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon and good evening to all those attending this 9th Professor Raghavachari Endowment Lecture today. I feel really honored and privileged with this opportunity to be the 9th presenter of this endowment lecture. I am extremely thankful and grateful to Engineer Brahma Reddy, Chairman of the Center, as well as Dr. Subbiah, Honorary Secretary, and all other officials of the Telangana State Center of the Institution of Engineers for giving me this opportunity to deliver this endowment lecture. I knew Professor Raghavachari since 1975, when I joined as a young faculty at University of Roorkee's Civil Engineering Department, which is now IIT Roorkee. And he was a doctoral student at that time in Civil Engineering Department. I had many interactions with him for my own research plan. A dedicated academician par excellence, Professor Raghavachari was leader in traffic and transportation research in the country, and his head study inspires students and researchers in transportation field even today. I had visited him several times in Warangal and later in Hyderabad also after his retirement. I'm really feeling proud to deliver this endowment lecture in the memory of Professor Raghavachari. The topic of my presentation today is Future of Transport with Intelligent Systems for Safety and Efficiency. I shall be talking only about transport and how to make transport intelligent for safety and efficiency. It has got distorted. Are you able to see it? It has moved.
Yes, sir, it is visible, but make it a full screen, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. It was full screen, but anyway,
Uh,
first I'll stop sharing and then share again.
Okay.
I'll share again. Yeah. It's not coming.
Sir, can you put in the slideshow, sir?
And I'm putting in the slideshow. It is already opened in the slideshow. share the screen. No, first I have to stop sharing. Just a moment. Where is that? I'm trying to do that, but somehow.
Sir, you may close the file and then open it again. That might help.
Yeah, I think that's what is required. Yeah. Stop sharing. I've stopped shared and then I share the screen. This one. Share, I stop share. And then I share again. And now it might do. No, it's not doing. New share.
Sir, at the right bottom,
Yeah,
there is the bucket shape, sir. You place on that one, sir.
yeah, I
At
do
right
that.
bottom.
But my
Uh,
half of the screen is right
Yeah.
button is not coming out. Right,
Sir,
it is hidden.
you can close the file, sir. You close the PPT file and then again open and then share.
Sir.
Okay. Yeah, screen has been distorted by this
Close the
Zoom
file.
connection.
Close the file, sir. One and then open it.
How do I go to the slide? Just 1 second. My screen has been formed in a different form now. Wait a minute. I close the file and do it again.
Sir, otherwise send your file to our Telangana State Center email ID, sir, so that that can be operated from the center.
Just 1 second. Let me try once more and then I will get it.
Okay, sir.
Yes. I have to share first. Where do I go? Full screen. Share.
Share is on the bottom, sir. The
Yeah.
green one.
Share it first and then.
Yeah, sir. Now at least. Sir, can you move the slide, sir, at least, sir? There is a slide bar on the bottom, just below ICT. Yeah, can you move that one, sir? Little bit.
Yeah.
Then actually go down, sir. There may be a slideshow.
Go down, sir. Go down. No, not on the slide, sir. Outside the
Yeah. Is this
outside the
screen?
slide, you go down, sir. Then it is
There is the
second one,
button
sir.
here.
That some yellow color is showing, sir. You press that one.
Yeah, that is the one.
No. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, fine, sir. Now it's perfect.
Got it, na?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Okay. Now, as I said, I'll be talking about the transport, which I want to see intelligent, at the same time, safe and efficient. And therefore, I have not put any kind of structure of the presentation. Firstly, I'd like to say that it is the explosion in transport that is taking place. Now, obviously, from time immemorial, we know how people traveled from one place to the other by land transport, water, and so on and so forth. And subsequently, Wright brothers took us from 2D world to 3D world by inventing the aeroplane. And then space technology gave us the advantage of going to the universe. And now we are moving into 4D, which is virtual world. And obviously, techno-social economic revolution, IT, biotechnology, nanotechnology is fueling it in a lightning speed. And in transport, distance will die in future. There will be no distance to be considered in case of transport. By turn of the century, the calling of future came very loud and clear that digitize or die. And ad hoc developments obviously doesn't contribute to any smartness in any system. And it will not surely meet the future of transport as well. Then we must understand the basic paradigm of travel in future. The demand for transport is rising and will rise faster than the growth of population or even the growth of GDP. And the primary driver is the personal travel or personal mobility, which in many countries, even today, growing at 1.5 times the GDP growth. And as you see today, the culture and technologies for transport has converged across the whole world. But even then, the affordability, because of the gap remaining between rich and poor, it still remains in some way or the other. The future of transport is beautiful as well as exciting. In every possible way, it will be such as it is seen in this screen. I recently visited IIT Hyderabad, and director mentioned to us about his innovation hub they have in that institute as provided by the government of India. And he promised that when we go to IIT Hyderabad after 1 year, an unmanned driverless vehicle will receive us at the gate of the campus, and it will take us to wherever we intend to go. Also, he said that the students will have the autonomous bicycles, and they will ask for the bicycles from any location of the campus, and the bicycle will be coming to that boy or that guard. That's all is possible and will be possible through ITS. A few of these exciting examples is shown in this slide, and I'll be talking most of these again and again through my presentation. The future of transport will surely be a mobility revolution, and most powerful tool for mobility even today is our smartphone. The future will be about the smarter mobility, connected vehicles that will bring increased autonomy. That means autonomy in driving function, of course, along with shared mobility and electrification, which are some of the parallel developments going on. Today, everything wanted should be smart. We want smart vehicle, smart kitchen, smart classroom, and we want to buy smart, fly smart, shop smart. And this is the demand everywhere, and therefore, why not smart transport? And that's what is going to come. Now, the future transport will be driven by 3 special features. The smart technology, that is connectivity. Connectivity between anything and anything, that's what will support the transport. Electrification, obviously fossil fuel free, power, that's what is required. And third thing is the autonomy. And of course, autonomy will take little longer in our country because of the traffic and disciplines that we have. But anyway, it will come eventually. Now, question is, these are also seen in so many different ways already in technologies which are developed and tested by various people in various countries. Autonomous aerial vehicles, these are there with few kind of experimentations which have been done beautifully. Hover bikes with vertical takeoff and landing system, world's first air taxi had its debut in Qatar FIFA last year. Then self-driven taxis are already existing in some of the cities in the world. Hyperloop, movement of people in capsules or pods through near vacuum tubes through maglev at a speed of 1000 to 1500 kilometers per hour. It means
అంటే ఏం లేదు ఇవి నేను పెట్టేసాను.
I see somebody is speaking. That means people will travel from Delhi to Hyderabad in 1.5 hours or at the most 2 hours. That's what is the kind of speed that's going to come through Hyperloop. Now here are few examples of normal transport that will look like in future. These are shown on the left-hand top left-hand side. You can see an autonomous car without driver with automated driving functions. It will be moving through busy streets. Similarly, an autonomous driverless bus, as you can see the next figure just below the car. Then comes the self-driving Volvo truck. There's no driver. It's taking a container from one place to another. That's how things will be. On the right-hand side, as you can see, there are pods. These are common in short distance trips in developed countries between terminals of airports and so on and so forth. People can jump into and it will be taken to the next kind of terminal. In the bottom of the right-hand side, as you can see, the truck with a pantograph. Obviously, we want to use the electric energy for all kinds of transport, and that's what is seen here. That, of course, the entire road will not have electrification. However, the portion it will be traveling through electric power, it will be simultaneously charging the batteries as well. And therefore, the remaining portion where there is no electrification, it will travel on battery power. So that's the way things are going to come. The flying car, when one desires to go across the city, which is congested probably, he takes from a small strip, just like airstrip. It will fly and land in a similar strip or similar facility at the other end where he is going. This Hyperloop, as I said, it is a tube where it is near vacuum, so that this train, or rather few compartments of this train, which is rather the Hyperloop, will travel at a speed of 1000 to 1500 kilometers per hour. Now, obviously, this was developed already by Elon Musk, who is actually the owner of Tesla, SpaceX, as well as Twitter these days. And he developed in 2012 and a kind of experimental stretch of such Hyperloop existing in Virginia, USA. Now, question is, transport vision in future is going to be demanded as equitable, seamless, safe and secure, autonomous, zero pollution, quicker and faster like Hyperloop, etc. And of course, it has to be productive. To achieve these in future for transport, infrastructure also has to be smart, or it must be enabled with ITS, intelligent systems. Now, that's what it is, that smart, sustainable transport shall have to be with green technologies as well, which we have been talking in the last couple of slides. Now, these obviously green, sustainable, and smart transport will be possible if we safeguard the environment. Societal objectives are fulfilled, that means people oriented. And of course, governance functions should be so smart and equitable that it is appreciated by everyone. It has to be acceptable to everyone for societal objectives. Now, issue is that smart transport is that which aims to make itself smarter. sustainable, equitable, and socially acceptable as well. And as you know, we have done some of these things in our smart cities. But question is, if we go to the smart city, any of these designated smart cities, we somehow do not feel it to be smart, or rather transport itself is not felt to be smart for certain reasons, which I'll come to a little later. Now, sustainable and smart transport system in future will be characterized by a specific shift towards a better vehicle and fuel technology. Better vehicle technology would mean smarter technologies in vehicle. That also I'll deal with in a few moments. And fuel technology, of course, that we will not elaborate very much, but at least we'll mention. Better access and mobility. Obviously, the network has to be very sharp so that these smart technology can work there. Sustainable urban growth, of course, will have to be there to meet these requirements of smart transport. And obviously, information technology is probably the answer. And that's the requirement for this future vision of transport. Now, major breakthrough that will be required will be, as we have said already, that non-polluting fuels, electric, hydrogen. Now, hydrogen also, there are problems unless we get to liquid hydrogen, and that is also being experimented with. Automatic control system, and that's what is autonomous vehicles, which we talked about. Personal air travel, which also I mentioned there. Cheap, reliable access to space, that means movement in the space. Innovative tool, and obviously it will need a lot of niche technologies which are already developed and available, and others likely to be developed in coming time. And obviously, all that will demand a total merging of information and communication technology feeding to transportation. And obviously, this will result, which we call intelligent transport system. And of course, for all these requirements, an overriding requirement is there, the new visionary political leadership. The traditional political leadership will not be able to support this, as it is seen in many, many countries and what has been seen so far. Now, this one is a outcome of a Volvo research group, which has kind of did a forecast trying to tell that by 2040, we'll have very little of fossil fuel used for transport. Of course, there will still be there. Some biofuels will be used at that time as well, which will have less carbon emission. But beyond 2040, by 2050, we are likely to have carbon neutral electricity and other power sources like hydrogen to feed to the transport requirements. The other technology innovations which are described here for charting the path of transition, like already available cutting edge technologies. There are a lot of renewable energies, advanced materials, innovative transportation systems, information and communication technologies, broadband, all other IoT, smartphones, obviously I mentioned, that is one of the most powerful tools, and a whole lot of other social media networks. Everything is going to help us in this innovative kind of leapfrogging in the transport domain in coming times. Sustainable smart transport obviously will be possible through smart governance tools. Like we should have digital democracy, but question is there is a lot of information leakage and other possibilities are there. All those loopholes are to be plugged so that we get a pure, safe transport. And there is not a single existing city today in our country big or small, that has not launched at least one small project even to enjoy the name or title called SMART, focusing essentially on digital technology and environmentally sustainable systems are being adopted in every city in one way or the other, and particularly in the mobility sector. That means transport. And that's where people think that fast and quickly they will be able to get to the name of SMART. The other technology innovations that are available or likely to happen in coming time is that half of the world internet users are in Asia, and India at this moment itself, we have 1.2 billion internet users through smartphone as well as other internet connections. Technology is the key to unlock the world's power to deliver inclusive development, as has been suggested by SDGs. And it really matters how we engage technology to make the transport smart or develop the systems smartly. And transport has the biggest potential for using it. Technologies. Artificial intelligence is one of the things. Blockchain technology, 5G, 6G, IoT, and a whole lot of other digital services have been considered to be the essentials for a smart system or smart economy. And obviously, as I said, in smart economy, first thing comes in mind, in anybody's mind, that's transport to be made smarter. Because transport is the lifeline in any community, whether city or in a region. Technology-based and data-driven solutions to be applied for any change you want, social behavior, any social behavioral change you need, the kind of violations of traffic, that also can be stopped only by technology. Today, any business is expected to deliver positive social outcomes as well as financial returns, and that is through only technology, nothing else. Technology will help him to do that. Now, the other thing, that the intelligent transport system can be all pervasive, ranging from anything and anything. And here, just two examples are shown that enforcement system will be using intelligent technology to do that. Similarly, even the payment systems, the FASTag has been implemented with a lot of effort in our country. Of course, it doesn't work 100% till date, but anyway, it is getting better and better over time. I have read recently in news that now Japan and Australia wants to use our UPI system. So imagine what is the power of technology. It's wonderful. ITS makes transport safe, smart, sustainable, and efficient. We are going to see some of these now. Intelligent transport system was first developed to obtain, or rather realize, better level of safety in transport system or transport network. But subsequently, it has been embraced by every other aspects of transport, whether you call it passenger information system, any other public transport management system, everything, traffic management system, everywhere it is being used. Safety objectives demanded a robust accident database with uniform structure and format in digital form. And of course, India is still struggling for that. In today's world, there is just one mantra, which I already mentioned, that digitize or die. Without that, nothing will advance. Nothing will advance. Now, ITS actually supports the safe systems approach also for safety. 5 E's of safe systems is achieved through ITS. These are engineering of roads, engineering of vehicles, education campaign, enforcement, emergency response. A couple of examples of each of them. That firstly, the vehicle technology, trying to make vehicle as smart as possible. Today's any vehicle has got more of electronics and information system than all the electronics that we have in our house. It can do vehicle to vehicle information exchange, vehicle to infrastructure communication, whole lot of things. Engineering of roads obviously enhance safety by making the infrastructure intelligent. You can do a lot of things, enforcement measures, etc., which will be there. But even otherwise, talking to the vehicles, vehicles talking to infrastructure, all these are required. Of course, the other intelligent traffic control measures as well are there. Education and awareness, provision of information on how to reduce risk. You need to provide the information system, the variable message sign, the communicating to the users of the road, and also promotion of good behaviors by good behaviors and actions that reduces risk. And that also is possible. I mean, you have every vehicle today has the seatbelt reminder. This speed control also can be provided. A whole lot of other things. The electronic stability control. You name anything, the hundreds of things are there in terms of electronics. In enforcement, obviously detection, penalty, and deterrence, all that can be achieved through camera and sensors, which is part of this ITS. And emergency response, obviously fast response for recovery. That means giving priority to these emergency response vehicles in the intersections, and all other things can be done beautifully by ITS. Now, if we understand all these, then let us understand why ITS. ITS, as we said, that freedom of movement is eternal. Everybody will move, and there will be more and more demand in the coming time. And we have already the systems saturated in terms of capacity in most places. And capacity augmentation principles or policies that have been followed so far, making more roads, widening the roads, making flyovers in the intersections, all that is really a black hole theory. I'll say that in the next slide. Sustainability of transport system is in question at the moment, the way we develop our transport network. It must be understood that ITS is not for private modes. It is not going to benefit only the private modes. All modes will be benefited by ITS. ITS is also capable for changing the behavior. You can use the 24/7 enforcement. People will change their behavior in terms of violations. The system ITS can alleviate the transport development constraint. I mean, lots of funding constraints are there in transport in many times. And because of that, transport developments are not possible. And that can very easily handled with less money using ITS. And it obviously provides the potential for growth. This is what is the black hole theory of transport. Once there is congestion, there will be public pressure, you will add more capacity or flyover, travel becomes easier, more people come to the road, and again congestion, and you go round and round in this loop and ultimately get to the black hole. This system won't help at all in terms of development of transport. So therefore, we need ITS, or rather better options rather than this. ITS aims to improve safety, reduce congestion, increased and higher quality of mobility, environmental quality will improve, and as well as obviously will develop a ITS industry. That itself is a big, big benefit. Now, there is a future shock. I've taken it from McKinsey's report some time back. Well, from 2021 census was not available. 550 million inhabitants will be there in urban India by 2030, which is double of population in US in 2011. 68 or 70 cities will have million plus people. 7,400, 7,500 kilometers of mass rapid transit will be required to tackle the transport demand in these cities. So this is like a future shock for urban India. We need to tackle it. Now, to do that, obviously, we need to make the transport intelligent. Now, it is believed that by 2030, when this shocking situation is coming, urban India will be contributing something like 75% of the GDP. So therefore, we cannot neglect it. We will have to embrace it for getting this GDP contribution, but at the same time, we have to make transport possible, efficient, and safe. What actually is ITS in that case? Its core feature is information and communication technologies. They will be integrated and it will be applied to transport system, and that makes it ITS. Transport is made smarter. Obviously, global information system through global network, global navigation satellite systems, GPS, all these things makes it possible for the vehicle location, etc. Promote a paradigm shift for thinking about transport. What we thought about transport in earlier days, that has completely changed because of these technologies that is available. Now, obviously, what cannot be achieved through physical infrastructure can be achieved by these ITS. What actually ITS can do? It can do a whole lot of things. All these different things are possible to be done, whether you call it travel information system, traffic management, vehicle control, fleet management, public transport control and management system, road pricing, everything is possible. And these fall actually in these domains, in these functional domains: traffic management, demand management, travel information, commercial vehicle operation, vehicle control system, electronic tolls, like that. All these functional areas can be very easily handled by ITS. And that's what we need urgently. Now, categories of ITS. How do you put this intelligence? One set is in vehicle system. There are a whole lot of things which can be done to the vehicle itself to make the vehicle so smart that it handles much of the things that are required. Roadside systems, the road, the network can be made intelligent. With this vehicle to infrastructure communication, vehicle to vehicle, and vehicle to anything practically. So that way, there are several ways to consider the ITS. And then ITS application in urban area is summarized. Almost everything that can go into urban areas are listed here. City transport can be benefited by ITS in every possible way, whether you call it RFID tag, common mobility card, VMS, advanced traveler information, and of course, this itself will modify the behavior of traveler. They will change route, change even the mode. They will use a different mode. They may change the time of their travel. Whole lot of things. So basically, once you have the complete ITS system implemented, it is all for benefit to the city's transport system. These are few examples like smart traffic management. That means the adaptive traffic signal control. That means number of vehicles coming that will decide what will be the green time. So this is very simple technology existing in other countries for so many years. Parking systems informing in advance when the vehicle is approaching the parking lot, which particular parking space is vacant. It doesn't have to wander in the parking lot. It can go to the exact location of that parking guided by this information provided. That means the space that is empty. So like that, there is other parking systems from China or USA examples. This is a hospital parking. This is a kind of indoor car parking in the airport. So like that, there are parking assistance by intelligence. This is very, very common everywhere. Variable message sign reporting the condition of traffic ahead of this location. But our old VMS, what do they say? Drive safely, don't drink and drive. That's a kind of escapism, I would say. That's not the correct purpose of a VMS. You need to report, but for doing this, you need a comprehensive system, a control room, which will decide what kind of message is to be provided. All these are not developed, and that's why we do a simplified kind of such systems. Now look here, in other countries, the wife is sending a message to husband who is returning from his work that please pick up the eggs from the corner shop. So that's how it has developed to that extent, but we are still in the primitive ways of using our system. Now the car has become extremely smart. Extremely smart. It can communicate with the satellite, with the road, on the stars and everything, and it will be automated in so many different ways. And the automation would demand a vehicle to be so smart. I'll go further onto it. This is the smart vehicle for future, where, as you can see on the right-hand side of this slide, that the vehicle is equipped with sensors and cameras all around it. There is not a single small space. I mean, it is better seen in this slide. Next slide. Smart vehicle for future transport. The autonomous vehicle will have all these cameras and sensors so that it can communicate and do the necessary action, automatic action for safety and efficiency of movement through city streets. That's the smart car of the future. Now, a smart car is here, no doubt. These are smart cars, and one vehicle is disabled in the front, so therefore the infrastructure itself is reporting to these vehicles, or rather, if these are autonomous vehicles, they will apply brake automatically. That you cannot go through this lane, you please overtake, or so on and so forth. So this is the vehicle to vehicle or vehicle to infrastructure communication. Now look here, the advanced driver assistance system. Our driving population is also lacking in driving skills, because till today, the entire driving population has not learned the driving through driving schools. Father, mother, sister, brother, somebody has taught them, and they have become drivers. Therefore, this ADAS or Advanced Driver Assistance System is very, very important in our country to assist the driver to handle the emergency situation or critical situation. Here, 25 special features is indicated here, which are to assist the driver, and the vehicle has all these features. I have highlighted a couple of them. Automotive navigation system, traffic signal recognition. That means it will respond to the traffic signal. If you violate red light, obviously it will give you ticket. Adaptive cruise control, collision avoidance system, driver monitoring system. Driver also will be monitored whether he is sleepy or drunk or whatever. And so many lane departure and all sorts of things can be done. There are 25 things listed here as driver assistance system. And look here, this autonomous mode of self-driving vehicle. This lady, after putting it in autonomous mode, she is reading a book. She's in her own car, no doubt, but it has got the autonomous driving mode, and therefore she is reading this, putting this entire thing in autonomous mode, just giving where it wants to go, where she wants to go. Obviously, some people will be doing like this because not the entire network will have autonomous navigation facilities. And therefore, if you are going on a major arterial, probably it will have the all autonomous features. The infrastructure or network will have all these features, but a side road or a colony or inside roads may not have. And there, obviously, the person has to drive. So this is one of the interesting development. Now, ITS is possible in public transport as well. And as I said earlier, it is going to benefit the public transport tremendously, because maximum people uses public transport. And at the moment, public transport ridership is depleting only because that there is hardly any reliability. Anybody goes to the bus stop, he doesn't know when the bus is coming. So everything is indicated here, what all is required to regain the kind of merit of public transport, exactly similar to your private vehicle. If you get all these things, you will not mind leaving your car at home and utilizing public transport. And these are divided into 4 distinct areas, as you can see in 4 quadrants. And that's what is required to be done by every public transport system in the country. And these are actually application of ITS for bus services. And you can see 11 different services can be provided. And all these are possible very easily through every bus transport system in the country. And as you can see here indicated, many of these technologies have got Indian standards already created, established. And some of these are still under development by BIS. And some of these have already developed. And those where we do not have standard, we can adopt the international standard. Other countries are using all these features of public transport. I mean, everything is there in many of the countries. And for that, of course, you need to have smart bus. Bus has to be smart, and then only it will be able to provide you all these things. That means it has to tell its own location. Then only the information system will be generated at the bus stop to tell at what time the bus will arrive. These are already told to you, the traveler information system through VMS, variable message sign, the timing and how many minutes the bus is arriving to the bus stop. Everything is reported here. Now, it's not that our country doesn't know this ITS. ITS is implemented in many of the cities, and many of the other cities are implementing right now. But question is, all of that is partial. A very small element of it has been implemented, not in comprehensive way. As a result, you don't see the smartness in transport. You don't feel the smart cities to be smart like that. And that's what is the fundamental issue. We need to have a full understanding, and comprehensive ITS is to be implemented. Then only we'll feel the existence of it. Now, automatic vehicle identification is required, and this is done in every toll plaza. RFID tag, or rather automatic vehicle identification, identifies the vehicle as a car or truck or bus, and accordingly it deducts the fee as per the regulation. So that's what is already available in our country in extensive way. Radio frequency identification is also being used for the same purpose, but in coming time, we will have the gantry-based satellite-guided tolling system. You will not be paying toll for the length between one toll plaza to the other toll plaza, even if you have not traveled the complete length of that stretch of road. It will be satellite-based navigation, GNSS, or this ISRO is developing a Navig satellite system, which will provide you that. And accordingly, the kilometer-based tolling will be done in coming time. Traffic management and enforcement, this is pretty common, and we urgently need it for 24/7 enforcement in our cities. Without that, the behavior of traffic is very unruly in our country, in many places. If they see the police standing there, they will wear the helmet, otherwise helmet is removed. So like that. So all that will be captured very easily by all these enforcement measures. This real-time monitoring is required. 24/7 enforcement, as I say, is required. And for that, you need the control center, all kinds of sensors and cameras or incident detection systems so that you do it. Now look here, this is the Pelican crosses, push button type pedestrian crossings. How many places we have this? Pedestrian crossings we have, maybe it has faded in some places, but CDEC has developed it long back. Our own technology is available in our country, but not many places we provide it. In front of every school or near every school, we need this Pelican crossing, but it's not available till date. This is kind of pedestrians route guidance through an app-based system. It can be done, but infrastructure will be speaking to the gentleman. Infrastructure will be speaking to this an app-based, and accordingly he can get guided, excuse me. Others, the disabled person can extend the pedestrian crossing time very easily by his device carried with him. And similarly, the emergency service vehicle also can get priority in this. And here also the CDEC has developed this priority, emergency vehicle priority through signals long back. But where do you find this being used? Unless you use your adaptive signal system, these technologies are not being used in spite of the fact that these exist in our own country with our own developments. Average travel time for these emergency vehicles can reduce. They have proved, CDEC has done some pilot studies, and they have seen that 48 to 50% reduction in travel time for the victim to the hospital. Now, I would like to say that we have our incredible India. India is no longer known as the abode of yoga and spiritualism only. It is also known as the fastest growing economy of the world and also known as the IT giant. The whole world buy IT related products and softwares from us. There are 900 million mobile phones in this country, and of course the other internet users. With all these, can we not have a giant grid of ITS network? We can have it very simply. We demand an ITS revolution in this country, and then only our transport system will be intelligent. So far, as I said, India is using ITS features in bits and pieces, which gives very little benefit of ITS. That's why we can't see the effective benefits of ITS. But ITS, the stakeholders are government, road users, industry, and our posterity. All will be benefited, and it is win-win for all. But still it is not being done because of various reasons, bits and pieces it is being done. and all these who will benefit in which way, all these are given here. For example, road user, safer, less vehicle operating cost, less travel time by planning the route, guided travel, all that. Similarly, industry, obviously a whole industry and business will develop with ITS if we implement all of that completely. Similarly, this posterity, government, everybody will be benefited, but we are still not doing the complete ITS. Prerequisite of ITS deployment is multi-organizational coordination. This is very, very important. Now, if you go and try to dig a part of the road for putting a sensor or a camera, the other agency comes and fights. No, this is my road. That will not work in deployment of ITS. You need a complete coordination of all the agencies in the urban area or even wherever you want to apply. Total commitment from the government that I want to see the result. That's how it should try to, yes. Equity in operation and service. It should not be partisan that only private vehicles get benefited, no one else. Social acceptability is very, very important. Privacy. Privacy issue is a serious concern today across the whole world. Well, this RFID tag was developed in 1975 itself, and Hong Kong wanted to put it in cars, just like the area licensing in Singapore in 1975 itself. But the entire Hong Kong residents objected, and that could not be implemented at point in time. Subsequently, of course, Singapore has shown the way and many other places are having it. Here is future vision of transport, future modes of transport. As you can see, obviously, high speed is one thing that will be demanded. We want to go to Hyderabad from Delhi in 1.5 hours, not by plane, but this Hyperloop. Electric cars, buses, obviously fossil fuel-free developments are required. And of course, sustainable modes will always come. That's bicycle. And these days, electric bikes are available. Micro-mobility, this is also a preferred mode in many of the developed countries, and it will surely come to our country as well. India's future vision was painted by Niti Aayog as well, a couple of years back, 2-3 years back, 21, I think 21. Now they said it will be shared, electric and connected. And of course, with these systems integration, shared infrastructure development and scaled manufacturing. So all that will lead to these types of, and that's what they call new mobility paradigm. But these has got issues as we have described in the previous slides. It will not come so easily just like that. Few things are coming, no doubt, but question is, it's not coming as fast as we think it should. Now, future of transport, there are 3 slides here. The research agenda. I did some web search and got these answers. Sustainability in mobility and transport. How? There are 3 targets. I'll not go through these in details, but I'm just trying to highlight targets. Target 1 is development of new and sustainable fuels and propulsion system. Target 2 is optimizing the performance of multimodal logistics chains, including greater use of energy efficient transport modes. That means multimodal. I mean, economic advantage of each mode should be utilized appropriately in a multimodal transport situation, rather than exploiting the modes in an uneconomic and kind of wasteful manner. Third target is increasing the efficiency of transport and of infrastructure through use of information systems. And these are already talked about extensively in the previous slides. So I don't have to discuss all these things. Now, I've not gone through all these, and these are for those who need these. The presentation, I hope, will be put on the website of Telangana State Center, and anyone can look at it. Basically, it gives the directional research ideas for reaching the targeted future transport, which I have described in my presentation through earlier slides and now through these three targets, target 1, 2, and 3, which describes what actually is likely to come in coming future. Now, intelligent transport says it is your idea. Take it or leave it. Now, those who leave it, obviously, they will suffer. In conclusion, I say that Multimodal Transport Act exists. Take advantage of it for integrated multimodal transport system coordinated with ITS to provide the best efficiency and safety in transport. Future transport system with safety, accessibility, and environmental safeguard is possible through adoption of better technologies and especially the ITS. Wasteful use of transport modes, whether it is public or private, for handling the passengers and goods undeservingly cannot be accepted anymore in the future. This will not be accepted in any way. ITS can provide great boost to the safety and efficiency of the transport system, developing a new kind of industry itself. A lot of business is likely to come up through that. Now, and of course, the future is available with unlimited possibilities and opportunities. And let us do things differently from what we have been doing so far. And obviously, it has to be with ITS. And as the last word, I would like to quote Alvin Toffler. Alvin Toffler, the author of The Future Shocks, the book, Future Shocks. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. We need to learn and have ITS revolution in India. That's what I feel. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, very much, Professor Sikdar Saab. So, I don't know, there is a word in dictionary to describe the quality of this your lecture. It's so good and so wonderful and so practical, and you have mixed with the transport system with the, of course, now after going through entire your this thing, I'm 100% sure now 5G and 6G, whatever technology, which is very much required if your system of ITS has to be functional along with the other artificial intelligence, and also improvement in our Wi-Fi technology and also internet, and above all that, power and also renewable energy and all the battery system, because now the lithium and all is not going to be work out in future, and the lithium will be definitely replaced by magnet batteries is not far off. There, I think already is in military operations. Now commercially also they come, and I really agree with you, sir. And this system is going to work out even in India, like where thickly populated and where the roads are congested with properly, as you said, that the government has a willpower and determination to see that this system works. And very, very thankful to you for giving us this opportunity to invite you for as an eminent speaker of this the present lecture. And I feel it is a great tribute to the Professor Raghavachari.
Thank you, sir.
So now, sir, I would like to, anybody wants to ask a questions, please. Okay, if no question, I
Good
think
evening,
is
sir.
a student one of,
Yes, somebody is saying something.
yes, please.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. Like, sir said already that you have visited IIT Hyderabad, where they are developing the autonomous navigation.
Yes.
We were also discussing that when Elon Musk has introduced the driverless car and all. So how do you see that? The facilities wise, it is fine, but what are the cons, means pros and cons when we discuss? Is it dangerous to the humankinds that the autonomous navigation is going to offer? So how do you see that actually?
Well, I mean, it won't come so easily in our country. The indiscipline that is existing in our system,
Yeah.
autonomous system, autonomous vehicles will come for quite some time, because first we have to fix all these infrastructure first, flawlessly. It cannot have the problems that we have. I mean, our lanes are not, or rather carriageway is not uniform throughout. So all these are problems in the urban areas. I am saying in the kind of like Hyderabad Ring Road, that probably can operate some autonomous vehicle if the ring road is instrumented appropriately to talk to
But probably what I feel is, rather than transportation, these autonomous vehicles are more suitable for the applications like crop monitoring, because ours is one of the agricultural country. So autonomous vehicles like UAVs or drones tomorrow are used in crops. Actually, protecting the crop from birds and animals is difficult actually. Even ICRISAT, when we visited ICRISAT, they were also facing, and they are just, they are mentoring the people to drive away the birds and all. I think those kind of problems must be.
Yeah, those are
addressed
not
first.
those are not autonomous. These are unmanned aerial vehicles.
Yeah.
The drone or other kinds of UAVs. These are extensively being used even today for spraying the pesticides, or even, as you say, that driving away the birds and so on and so forth. That application is simple. I am talking about transport only. That is yet another application. I tried to show you only
in
the
terms of
transport
smart cities,
Yes.
it is more fit actually.
Not only smart cities, but everywhere else where you want the transport to be smart.
Yeah, the last question is, we are also equally populated like China, but China is already implementing the autonomous navigation or intelligent transportation system. Why not India, sir?
It is
What could be
discipline. It is the level of discipline, level of enforcement. There, everything works in order. That means under an order. That's
population wise, almost they have already crossed. Now we are all equal.
Yeah. There, everybody will walk on footpath, but can you make everybody walk on footpath here?
No.
Some of them will walk on the road. That's the problem.
Area-wise, 7 times less than the China.
Yes,
exactly.
You have to see that.
I think
density of
intellectuals, like
population
all
also.
who are there, 42 people are attending this. Intellectuals has to try for that, where we can have adapt some discipline and other things.
Yes, the first thing I would say is the enforcement. You make 24/7 enforcement, people will come to terms. They will change the behavior. Put the urban transport in total automation. Automation means, facilitate people to choose the way they want to choose transport. So all that is first requirement. Subsequent things are other things. These itself we have not been able to implement. The smart cities, they claim what they claim actually.
Exactly.
They claim that they have issued 3 lakh kind of tickets, or rather challans. Now, why 3 lakh challans? It should come to zero. It should come to zero because somebody is watching them. So why it is happening? That's how it is.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Can I ask one question, sir?
Please.
Sir, we have a lot of signals in Hyderabad
Yeah.
where the timers are put, but the timing is not shown. I don't know, which platform or to whom to, complain about it. Can you put some light on it?
You mean to say time is not shown means countdown times?
Yeah.
When you approach a red light, the countdown times are not shown. This is very simple technology. It's only the traffic police is responsible for all traffic lights. So only police department will be able to change things, adding that feature. That's all. Actually, this is probably.
Sir, as we are talking about smart intelligent systems, what sir was saying is actually it is fixed, sir, because so far microprocessors and assembly language only we are using for traffic lights. But if you use AI, it can take decision that other side when traffic is not there, immediately it has to give a green light. That is intelligent, but we are not implementing it again.
That is called adaptive traffic control system. Adaptive traffic control system with different kind of that called controller, traffic controller, signal controller, and with a master controller which will plan the signal cycle with the information fed to it by the traffic volumes from different arms of a junction. So these are very old technology, maybe developed world using it last 50 years. So hardly anything new in it. So it can be adopted tomorrow, but somebody has to have will and of course resources to do that.
Very good evening, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. We are also running out of time now. We have some other commitments. Now, I think I'll give a chance for a few minutes, 2-3 minutes. I think is a student when Mr. Tiwari is there. Would you like to say a few words about Professor Raghavachari?
So Brahma Reddy sir, I think family members are also there.
Okay.
Yeah, if family member is there, you can say a few words. Is it VR Charigaru? Please, you unmute. You have to unmute.
Yeah, unmute please.
Now it's okay.
Yeah, please.
Hello all, sir. I am Dr. Sesham Anand. I am the son of
Yes, sir.
Professor
I have
Raghavachari.
followed entire thing. I have followed. Very informative. Very good. Basically I am a chartered accountant.
Yeah.
I am a chartered accountant, still working. Very good information today you have given. My brother is a great person. Yeah, we missed him.
Yes.
Our family members are feeling very bad. I am a brother of Mr. Raghavachari.
Yeah, I also feel so bad. I mean,
Yes.
he's not with us today. Yeah, Anand wanted to say. I know Anand also.
Anand is not.
Hello, uncle. Hello.
Yes, Anand.
Good evening.
Sir, Anand sir. Sir, please.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was we remember my father through your talk.
Yes. Many. I know you. I met you several times. Remember, I went to your
I was a child and we used to see all of you having so much nice discussions. It is very rare nowadays to see such kind of relationship, such kind of thinking. Very rarely I am able to see.
Thank you.
It's so nice to see that so many of you are remembering my father. Such kind of love and affection. It's so rare to see nowadays.
That's right.
So thank you. We thank you so much. Thank you all the organizers, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Anand. I initially told we are remembering like this 20 eminent engineers. We are conducting every year on their birthday a lecture like this, and like Sikdar Saab, we are utilizing the services of eminent personalities or eminent speakers.
Yeah, it's such a nice, wonderful issue.
Great tributes, or you can say homage to the departed, I can say legendary engineers.
Yes.
Thank you for also for your participation in this, and also for the compliments. And the Institution of Engineers always ahead of all the professional bodies, more than 2025 all over the world, and is the largest professional body in the world, which is having covering all the 15 engineering disciplines. And like the specialization, transportation is part of the civil engineering branch. And we are really proud. And as a center, we are always conducting, you can see from 125 center all over the India, we are number one in this type of activities, honoring our eminent engineers who have left us this world and contributed a lot to the society. And thank you very much. And all the participants also. And yeah, really good. Today I saw more than 50 participants.
Thank you, sir.
Usually 30 plus, and only is we are getting all the time. But I think is a Sikdar Sahab's name or Raghavachari is our greatness that so many of the Sishyas also joined today. And this one.
Thank you very
And we
much, sir.
thank all of you for participating in this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank
may I
you.
request our Honorary Secretary to kindly propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Brahma Reddy, sir. And it is my pleasant duty to perform vote of thanks. Keynote speaker, Professor P.K. Sikdar, former director, CRRI, Engineer B. Brahma Reddy, Chairman, IA Telangana State Center, Professor Dr. Moinuddin, committee member of IEA TSC, and also the convener of this event, Dr. S. Nagbhushan Rao, Engineer D. Hanumantachari, Dr. ISN Raju, Professor Dr. Ramna Nayak, Gulshan Anand, Professor C. Ramanujacharyalu, and family members of Dr. S. Raghavachari, Aditya Ram, Sesham Anand, Professor Nirmala Devi, Engineer D. Ramadevi, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of IEA Telangana State Center and on my own behalf, I convey my sincere and profound thanks to the keynote speaker, P.K. Sikdar, for readily accepting our invitation and delivering the lecture on the important topic, future of transport with intelligent system for safety and efficiency. So once again, I extend my heartfelt thanks to you, sir, Sikdar sir. I am glad to past presidents and past vice presidents of IEI, past chairman, past honorary secretaries, corporate members of IEA Telangana State Center, and all the committee members of IEA Telangana State Center, family members of Dr. S. Raghavachari, and others who made it convenient and attended this endowment lecture. Thanks to one and all. Now, I request all of you kindly stand for national anthem. Thank you.
ఇక్కడ బ్యాచ్ బాగా కదా
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind.